Hi, it's Delia. Thanks for clicking on. So, I wanted to just jump on for just a minute here today to talk a little bit about, well, self-care. I know it gets a bad rap, but there's really like nothing more important than self-care. Um, with the things that are happening and the things that are going to continue to happen, the news that's coming out. There's just an awful lot of mayhem and jagged energy that's in the air and in the airwaves and in people's bodies and maybe in your body as well. Uh, I was talking to a friend the other day who is very caring and an old hippie and has been, keeping up with current affairs, what's going on in the world for a really long time because that's the values that she grew up in. And back in the 60s, television was relatively new. And so getting news was a proactive adult caring about the world thing to do. So a lot of bodies have the habit of sitting down for the news. And it used to be um, kind of a collaborative thing. So it was only for like a half an hour a day because you had, work and the other things that you're doing. Nowadays, you can get a steady stream of words and vowels and sentences 24/7. Now, even if they call it a news show, a lot of times it isn't. Most news shows now are not news shows, they're opinion shows. They tell you what to think about things. Granted, things are pretty complicated now, but nobody needs 24/7 information. And the quality of information is nothing compared to the quality of information in 1950s, 1960s. Um, they were actually trying to be contributing to the community and to help people's awareness. That's not what's happening now. Now they're trying to sell ad shares. So it's it keeping up with current affairs today, keeping up with current affairs in the 60s is it's not even apples and patio furniture. It's just not in the same league. Now, I know people who are very conscientious about what they put in their bodies, very conscientious about their diet and the timing, and they're very aware about supporting their health in that way. They're not aware about supporting their health by what they ingest with their eyes and ears. So much of what's happening right now is beyond horrific. Some of us have had personal experience with these things, and we know we don't need to be keeping up with any of it because we know how bad it can get and we know how much worse it's going to get. But for people with this conscientious, you got to keep abreast of the news to be conscientious and a good citizen. That habit is not helping right now because ingesting with your eyes and with your ears the kinds of things that are being revealed in the Epstein files, as well as what Elon Musk is doing, what these billionaires are doing. There's nothing about those details that you, average citizen, knowing in detail is going to help. Your mental health, your the well-being of your body, the well-being of your nervous system, which is substantially related to your your emotional and mental health. None of that is going to be served by in-depth knowing what's going on in the Epstein files. The people who need to read the Epstein files are not. And the people in positions of power, elected officials and the like, that that are on our side, that are public servants, that are doing their job, they're the ones, and I hope they're managing their mental health, because the things that we're being exposed to just in the normal course of the news right now, all of it is traumatizing. And that's been a trend since 9/11. And the more desensitized people have gotten, the more atrocities can happen out in public. And now there is a great awakening going on in the regular population. And the awakening is important. Being aware of what's happening is important. But you don't need to be as aware of it as Anderson Cooper. It's not your job to pass out this information or decide what needs to go out and what doesn't. If you have a job like that, I really do hope that you get some mental health. There's just tons and tons of people who have worked with people in war zones. There's lots and lots of whatever you call active trauma intervention and mental health help. So I hope you're getting that if you're in the public field. I've been tweeting or whatever it is with the Rachel Maddow team for years that they need to watch their own nervous systems because they're broadcasting so much trauma. So if you value your mental health, if you value your physical health, if you're remotely curious about how to take care of yourself better, watch what you ingest with your eyes and with your ears. And don't expose yourself. One of the questions that I've often used is, would you expose your 2-year-old to this? And hopefully the answer for a lot of this is no. And unless you're in the business or you're an elected official, no, don't do it. You know enough as it is. Take action. Taking action is so much more important than taking in more information. I mean, we need a new vocabulary because what we're getting is not information. We're getting sludge and toxins and poison with little pieces of information in it. So I know my nervous system requires things like quiet, just quiet. It requires things like walking. No podcast, no, not listening to anything, just walking. My body keeps wanting me to move more. I mean, by that I mean it keeps coming up with new ways for me to move. And they're often silly. And, it's not off of YouTube, it's not a prescribed thing. I'm listening to my body more and more. And my body is saying, stretch this way, do this thing, do that thing. Hum. Humming is an unsung hero. Humming helps change the vibration. It helps the body release. It has all kinds of positive effects for your system. Just to hum. And keep an eye out for something. Maybe there's something out your window maybe there's a tree out there. Maybe there's your yard is out there. Find something that you can see from your house and start noticing what's happening with that today. What's that tree look like today? What's that? What's the snow line look like today? From wherever you live, find something that you can start having a relationship, a visual relationship with what's going on in nature, and start reminding your brain, most of all, that you are part of nature. You are part of nature. You, you can't be you without being part of nature. We are nature. We're not removed from nature. And these amazing things, these are animals. We get to occupy this amazing animal that loves us unconditionally, like a dog. So consider finding a tree to befriend on a neighborhood walk, just saying hello to the tree more, consciously, and just see what you can do about being more aware about what you're feeding your nervous system with your eyes and your ears. And of course, feed your body better. And you have to figure out what better is for you. So thanks for clicking on, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye. Now I can do this. How hard can it be?